The AMA 450 Motocross Championship is now up for grabs. Jett Lawrence is out. Not from a shoulder injury, but a thumb injury. This is the AlwaysMoto YouTube channel. Check out our podcast as well. I'm David Hogan, the Australian physiotherapist that knows the injuries of our sport of Supercross and Motocross. And this is brought to you by Leatt Moto Australia. Gear up for your next ride with Leatt. And Technic Motorsport. If you need suspension components, check out technicmotorsport.com. So Honda USA has announced that Jett Lawrence suffered a crash whilst practicing at his dog pound compound earlier this week that has left him requiring surgery on an avulsion fracture of the ulnar collateral ligament of his thumb. This is the third similar injury to a top rider in the AMA series in 2024. Eli Tomac and Cooper Webb both have basically had the same injuries just at the end of Supercross this season. So where does this leave Jett Lawrence for 2024? This injury, an avulsion fracture, is basically the ligament pulling a piece of bone off the bone that it attaches to. And this will require a 6-week period in a brace post-surgery, with somewhere after that of about 2 to 4 weeks of reloading and strengthening on the bike before returning to racing in a normal circumstance. And currently, Cooper Webb and Eli Tomac are both in that sort of window. Cooper returned to the turn track at 6 weeks post-surgery, whilst we suspect Eli Tomac has been on track in a similar time frame, just without anybody seeing because he hides away in Colorado. So with Super Motocross starting on the 7th of September, how long have we got? Jett has 8 weeks to return for Super Motocross, so he's just in the window to be available for that opening round of the playoffs. But if he fails that, Motocross of Nations that he was just announced on for Team Australia is 12 weeks away, and that would be the secondary target. So will he be ready for this Super Motocross title defense? Will he be able to defend, given that he's likely going to drop down the points leaderboard for seeding on the entry as well as coming back from injury? Be a big question mark there. And those are the big questions. But for me, I've got another one. What happened to the shoulder injury? He was meant to be getting an MRI this week. Has that happened? Did it show anything? Does this thumb injury actually need to coincide with a shoulder surgery? We don't know. That was not mentioned in the HRC press release. And if it is needing work to be done, well, then this recovery timeframe that we just spoke about for the thumb might not be as simple as a 6 to 8 week return and recovery that I mentioned above. This could be a whole lot different if that needs work as well for the shoulder. So this does open up the championship. Hunter Lawrence, Chase Sexton will be keen to make their mark now that Jett is no longer a part of the series. Who will get it done? I'll have to watch and find out. As for Jett Lawrence, fingers crossed, surgery goes as planned and we can see him back right at that 8-week mark in time for Super Motocross. If not, myself as an Aussie, at least back for Motocross of Nations team. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. More on the AlwaysMoto podcast if you want to find out more details about the injuries in our sport of motocross and supercross.